Life doesn't wait for your confidence. It tests you first, then asks if you're ready. The very moment you decide to step forward into something new, something bigger than yourself, you feel it. That trembling in your hands, that quickening in your chest, that quiet whisper of doubt asking, what? If I fail? Fear often shows up first. It sits beside you like an uninvited guest, trying to convince you to retreat, to stay in the safety of what you know. But here's the truth. Fear is not a sign of weakness. Fear is a signal. It is God's way of letting you know that something powerful is about to begin, something that will stretch you, transform you, and reveal the strength you never knew you had. Think about every person you admire, every great leader, every innovator, every dreamer who achieved what others thought impossible. They all started in the same place, standing at the edge of the unknown, hearts pounding, unsure if the next step would carry them forward or crumble beneath them. What separated them from those who never tried wasn't a lack of fear. It was the courage to act despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to move forward. In faith, when your mind shouts, wait, it is showing up when you feel small, inadequate, and uncertain. Every step into the unknown is a declaration that you trust God's plan more than your doubts. Every decision to continue is a statement of self-belief, of conviction that what lies ahead is worth the risk. When you walk into the unknown, walk with intention. You don't need to have the whole plan mapped out. You don't need to know every twist and turn, every pitfall, every victory. You only need the willingness to begin, the determination to take the first step. Action quiets fear. Movement silences the doubts. And as you continue to move, your vision becomes clearer, your confidence grows, and your purpose becomes undeniable. Remember this. You are not supposed to have it all figured out. Life doesn't hand out certainty. Life asks for faith. Life asks for action. Life asks for you to rise even when the shadows seem long, even when your hands shake, even when your heart feels like it might give out. The first step is the most important step. It is the seed from which everything else grows. Prayer, reflection, and trust in God's timing are your allies here. When fear is loudest, lean into Him. Let your faith remind you that you are never walking alone. That quiet voice inside, the one that whispers, "You can do this," is the voice of God nudging you forward, encouraging you to embrace your purpose and to reach for your dreams. Every great story begins with a moment like this, a decision to face the unknown, to trust in something bigger than oneself, and to act. Your biggest dreams are waiting on the other side of fear. They are waiting for the courage that lives within you, the courage you may not always feel, but the courage you have, if you are willing to rise anyway. So, today, make the choice. Step into the unknown. Take the first step, however small, and keep walking. With each step, fear loses its grip. With each step, your faith grows stronger. And with each step, you move closer to the life you were created to live. A life that is brave, bold, and filled with purpose. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is the compass pointing toward the places in your life where God's power wants to show up. Embrace it, walk into it, and watch as your courage carries you farther than your doubts ever imagined. The greatest battles you will ever face are not fought on the outside. They are not won in boardrooms, classrooms, or crowded stadiums. The most decisive wars happen quietly, deep inside your own mind. The opponent is subtle, patient, and relentless. That quiet, persistent voice that whispers, "You can't. You're not enough. Just quit." It's not the world that stops you. It's the small doubts, the fears, the hesitation that rise when you're alone with yourself. And yet, these inner battles are where your true strength is forged. This is where courage grows, where faith is tested, and where your character is revealed. Growth begins the moment you choose to argue back, the moment you tell that inner voice, "No, I will not quit. I will push forward." You do not silence doubt by pretending it doesn't exist. You silence doubt by proving it wrong, by action, by persistence, by refusing to surrender. Every step you take when fear tells you to stop is a brick in the foundation of your strength. Every early morning, every late night, every rep, every extra mile, every moment you push when your body or your mind cries, enough. That is where the story of who you are gets rewritten. Do not let comfort seduce you. Comfort is a thief of greatness. It whispers that staying safe is enough, that settling for less is wise. But your dreams were never meant to be caged by ease. Every time you resist the pull of comfort, every time you choose effort over ease, you grow stronger, tougher, and more resilient. Don't let fear define you. Fear is natural. Fear is human. Fear is temporary. What matters is what you do when fear arrives at your doorstep. Do you let it dominate your actions, or do you let your faith and your inner strength guide you forward? Remember, you are stronger than your hesitation. You are braver than your anxiety. You are closer to your goals than you think, often just one step beyond the fear that holds you back. Discipline is your weapon. Mental toughness is your armor. These are cultivated, not given. They are forged in the quiet. Moments when no one is watching, when your heart and mind are tested, when you feel like surrendering is easier than continuing. But these are also the moments where victory is born. The grind, the struggle, the repetition, they are not meaningless. They are shaping you into the person capable of achieving the dreams God placed in your heart. Faith and self-discipline work hand in hand. Trust that God has given you everything you need to face these inner battles, and then take responsibility for your own effort. The divine provides the calling, but the courage to fight, the perseverance, to continue, and the discipline to push through come from within. This is where motivation to push harder becomes action, and action becomes transformation. Every time you confront your doubts, every time you rise above your fears, you reclaim a piece of yourself. You build inner strength that cannot be shaken by circumstance. You sharpen mental toughness that refuses to bend under pressure. You cultivate self-discipline that turns dreams into reality. The person you are becoming is not defined by the comfort you avoid, but by the challenges you face, the pain you endure, and the victories you claim. So, today, engage in the fight within. Stand tall in the presence of doubt. Face your anxiety and hesitation head on. Push when it hurts. Persist when it seems impossible. Every battle you win in your mind becomes a stepping stone to the life you were meant to live. A struggle you embrace strengthens the resolve that fear cannot touch. You are more capable than you know, stronger than you feel, braver than your fears would have you believe. The inner fight is real, but so is your power. Fight it with faith, with determination, and with unwavering self-belief. Victory starts in the mind, but it becomes reality in your life. Growth is never a straight line. If life were a simple path, everyone would arrive at their dreams easily. But growth is chaos. It is the storms, the turbulence, the twists and turns that teach clarity. You will rise. You will fall. You will question everything you thought you knew about yourself. And then when you are ready, you will rise again, stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. Tears are not a sign of weakness. They are evidence that you care, that your heart is alive, that you are deeply invested in the journey that God has placed before you. Every tear, every moment of doubt, every night spent wrestling with uncertainty is shaping the person you are becoming. These are not setbacks. These are stepping stones. They are proof that you are engaged in the sacred work of growth. Every failure, every rejection, every heartbreak is not a punishment. It is preparation. It is God's way of molding your strength, teaching patience, and shaping your resilience. Each disappointment carries a lesson. Each closed door redirects you to the path meant for you. Every time your plans collapse, every time life pushes you to the edge, you are being given the opportunity to prove to yourself and to God that you are capable of rising above. The pain you feel today is crafting the strength you will rely on tomorrow. You are not broken by your hardships. You are being made unbreakable through them. Remember, the world does not reward perfection. It rewards persistence. It belongs to those who keep showing up even when it's hard, who refuse to be defined by failure, and who rise every time life knocks them down. Resilience is built in the fire of difficulty. Emotional highs and lows are the gym of the soul. Every time you stand back up after being knocked down, You are building a version of yourself that no setback can touch. Every challenge you endure strengthens your faith, sharpens your focus, and expands your capacity for courage. This is the essence of life. Motivation. To keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. To keep believing, even when doubt threatens. And to keep striving, even when the weight of the world presses against you. Understand this. Pain is temporary, but the lessons it teaches are permanent. When you embrace your struggles as preparation, you transform them into tools for your success. The heartbreak you endure becomes a lesson in empathy and depth. The failures you face become proof of your perseverance. The nights of doubt become testaments to your faith. What once seemed unbearable becomes the foundation of your strength. Faith plays a central role in navigating these emotional highs and lows. When the weight of life feels too heavy, lean into God's guidance. Trust that the storms are not endless, that the pain has purpose, and that your journey is not in vain. Prayer, reflection, and patience are your anchors. They remind you that even when the road feels impossible, you are never walking alone. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory over despair. Celebrate the small wins. Rejoice in moments of clarity, peace, and courage. Each of these moments is proof that your perseverance is paying off. Each is evidence that you are becoming the person you were meant to be, a person who can weather any storm, overcome any challenge, and rise higher after every fall. So, embrace the highs and the lows. Honor your tears, your struggles, and your doubts. See them not as obstacles, but as teachers. Let them refine your spirit, sharpen your resolve, and deepen your faith. The emotional roller coaster of life is not punishment, it is preparation for the incredible future God has designed for you. Keep showing up. Keep rising. Keep trusting. With every challenge you overcome, with every setback you transcend, you are building a version of yourself that no failure can ever destroy. The world belongs to those who refuse to surrender. Your future belongs to you, built on the resilience, faith, and courage you cultivate today. Right before your life changes, it will often feel like everything is falling apart. The deadlines feel impossible. The problems seem insurmountable. The doubts roar louder than ever. But this is not coincidence. This is resistance. This is life testing you. This is the pressure that proves you are on the verge of something greater, a signal that you are leveling up. Pressure is not your enemy. Pressure is proof. Proof that you are stretching, growing, and moving beyond the limits of your current self. Just as coal transforms into diamonds under the weight of the earth, your life transforms under the weight of trials. The tension, the stress, the struggles, these are not signs that you are failing. They are signs that something remarkable is about to emerge. When life feels too heavy, don't retreat. Don't shrink back. Don't let fear convince you to take the easy path. Lean in. Lean into the challenge. Lean into the discomfort. Every moment you face pressure with courage, every breath you take under strain, is building a resilience most people never discover. It is shaping strength you cannot buy. It is forging character that no comfort could ever create. Struggle makes warriors. Pressure makes diamonds. The moments when you feel most tested are the moments when God is preparing you for your breakthrough. He is equipping you with wisdom, endurance, and faith, so that when the door opens, you are ready to step through fully. Your trials are not punishments, they are preparations. Your struggles are not obstacles, they are opportunities. Stay patient. Patience is one of the hardest virtues to practice when the weight of life feels unbearable. Yet it is in this tension, in the waiting, that energy is collecting for your breakthrough. Every challenge, every difficult conversation, every late night, every setback, it is all fueling a future that is far greater than your present. The breakthrough is near. The breakthrough is coming. Trust the process, even when it seems invisible. Never underestimate the power of persistence. Pressure may bend you, but it does not have to break you. Keep moving, even in the smallest steps. Keep praying, even when the answer seems delayed. Keep believing, even when the outcome is uncertain. Each step forward is an act of faith. Each act of perseverance is a declaration that you will not be defeated. Remember, your breakthrough moment is not a distant dream. It is the natural result of your endurance, your courage, and your unwillingness to quit. The energy you feel as tension right now is not wasted. It is accumulating. Every challenge you endure, every time you rise after a fall, every moment you choose faith over fear, is putting you closer to the life you are destined to live. Motivational energy is born in these moments. It is the fire that refuses to die, the strength that refuses to surrender, and the faith that refuses to waver. Channel the pressure into purpose. Transform the struggle into strategy. Use the resistance to propel yourself forward rather than pull yourself back. The trials you face today are the launch pad for tomorrow's victory. So when the weight of life feels unbearable, when the challenges seem too great, and when doubt whispers that you cannot go on, remember this: the pressure is your signal. The struggle is your proof. The tension is the energy of transformation. Diamonds are born in the dark. Warriors are forged in the fight. And breakthroughs come to those who refuse to give up. Stay patient. Stay focused. Stay faithful. And lean into the pressure. Your breakthrough is coming. Your moment is near. And the strength, resilience, and wisdom you are building under pressure will carry you higher than you ever imagined. One day, it hits you like a lightning bolt. No one is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your mentors, not your circumstances. The moment is silent, almost shocking in its clarity, and yet profoundly liberating. In that instant, something inside you wakes up. A realization sparks that you've been waiting for all along. You stop waiting for validation, permission, or perfect timing. You realize that everything you've been searching for, every answer, every breakthrough, every bit of courage, has been inside you all along. This is the twist, the awakening, the moment where you finally understand that the power to change your life has never been external. It has always been internal. Every obstacle, every hardship, every setback that you once feared was there to break you in reality. It was there to introduce you to yourself. These challenges were designed to reveal the strength, resilience, and wisdom you already possessed, waiting patiently to be claimed. You realize that self-empowerment is not about avoiding fear, discomfort, or failure. It is about embracing them and using them as fuel. It is about understanding that you do not need to be fearless to move forward. You simply need to be unstoppable. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means acting in spite of it. Grit is not something you are born with. It is something you cultivate through persistence, determination, and faith in God's plan. The truth is, your inner strength has been growing quietly, steadily, through every trial you've endured, every tear you've shed, every doubt you've wrestled with, every setback you've faced has been equipping you to stand in this moment of power. You've been learning patience, resilience, and self-reliance, often without even realizing it. And now, all of that preparation converges in a single revelation. The answer you were waiting for has always been you. Discovering your purpose begins here. It begins when you stop looking outward for approval and start listening inward for guidance. Your purpose is not a distant destination. It is the expression of your inner power in action. It is the way. Your unique strengths, talents, and convictions meet the world's challenges. It is your opportunity to step fully into the life God intended for you, using everything you've learned through struggle, pain, and perseverance. Motivational mindset is key in this stage. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your destiny. When you embrace the reality that you are the solution, that your capacity for growth and impact is greater than you ever imagined, your mindset shifts. Fear loses its grip. Doubt loses its voice. And the world no longer seems like a place where you are at the mercy of circumstance. Instead, it becomes the canvas for your strength, your faith, and your purpose. This awakening is not a moment of arrogance. It is a moment of responsibility. You realize that with this power comes the duty to act, to push forward, and to honor the gifts you've been given. You understand that your life is no longer a waiting room for opportunity. It is a laboratory for transformation. Every decision, every effort, every act of courage now carries the weight of intention and the promise of impact. And so, you move forward differently. You don't wait for permission. You don't hesitate for the perfect moment. You don't linger in fear. You act. You create. You persist. You rise. You are unstoppable, not because you are fearless, but because you know who you are and what you are capable of. Every challenge becomes fuel. Every failure becomes a lesson. And every setback becomes an opportunity to demonstrate the power that has been within you all along. In this twist, you discover freedom. Freedom from waiting, freedom from doubt, and freedom from the belief that your destiny is controlled by anyone else. You claim your inner strength. You embrace your self-empowerment. You step into the fullness of your potential. And in that moment, you realize that the greatest force in the universe is not circumstance, luck, or approval. It is you. The storm passes. The noise fades. The panic, the chaos, the doubt, all of it drifts away, leaving behind something far more powerful. You, stronger, calmer, wiser, more resilient than you ever imagined possible. This is the quiet aftermath of trials, the moment when the lessons of struggle crystallize into strength and the scars of battle become the marks of victory. Personal growth is not the accumulation of ease or comfort. It is the product of challenge, of endurance, of moving through fire and coming out tempered, refined, and unshakable. You learn that not every battle needs to be fought, not every pain needs to be carried. Wisdom lies in discerning when to fight, when to endure, and when to let go. Mental resilience is not about control over the uncontrollable. It is about mastery over yourself. Peace does not come from bending the world to your will. It comes from acceptance, trust, and the ability to remain steady amid turbulence. You stop asking, "Why me?" That question belongs to the early days, to the moments of confusion and fear. Instead, you start declaring, "Try me," because you've been tested. You faced storms that threatened to break you, pressures that demanded every ounce of your faith and courage, and doubts that whispered relentlessly in your mind. Yet here you stand. You didn't fold, you didn't quit, you persisted, you endured, you grew. The strong mindset you now carry is a product of every trial, every fall, every moment you rose, despite the weight pressing down on you. Motivation is no longer a fleeting spark. It has become a steady flame. You have seen the depths of struggle and emerged with a perspective few achieve. That challenges are not punishments, but invitations to expand, to strengthen, and to rise. Recovery from hardship is not passive. It is active. It requires reflection, intentionality, and the courage to rebuild. It requires recognizing that your past does not define you, but it does equip you. Every scar tells a story. Every failure carries a lesson. Every heartbreak, every setback, every night of doubt has prepared you for this very moment, the moment you claim your strength, your peace, and your power. Becoming unbreakable is a mindset as much as it is a reality. It is the knowledge that while storms will come, your foundation is firm, your faith is anchored, your resilience is unshakable. You move through life not fearing what might happen, but confident in your ability to endure, adapt, and prevail. You understand that life will always test you, but it will never overpower you unless you allow it to. There is a quiet joy in this realization, a joy that comes not from circumstances, but from mastery over oneself. You are no longer at the mercy of fear, doubt, or external chaos. You are a force of calm determination. You face each new challenge with composure, knowing that you are prepared, that you are strong, and that you have been forged by the fires of your own experiences. Your growth is now visible in every decision you make, every challenge you face, every moment you embrace life with clarity and purpose. Others may see the strength, but only you understand the depth of the journey it took to reach this point. You are a living testament to perseverance, mental resilience, and the power of faith combined with relentless self-belief. So, stand tall. Walk forward with confidence. Embrace life fully knowing that you are unbreakable. Let every storm remind you of what you have overcome, and every quiet moment remind you of the strength you now carry. You are calm because you have faced chaos. You are wise because you have learned. You are unshakable because you have endured. The journey does not end here. Life will always challenge you, but now you meet each challenge with the assurance that you have what it takes. You are unbreakable. Your mindset is strong. Your spirit is resilient. And no matter what comes next, you are ready not just to survive, but to thrive. You've come far. You've endured storms, faced fears, fought battles no one else could see, and pushed beyond limits you once thought were insurmountable. And yet, you are not done. The journey continues. Every chapter of struggle you have survived has prepared you for something greater, to lead, to inspire, to rise higher than you ever imagined. The fire within you has been kindled through trials, strengthened through perseverance, and refined through faith. Now, it's time to recognize the champion that lives within you. Take a moment to reflect. Where are you in your story? Are you living in fear, or are you leading with fire? Are you surviving life, or are you actively shaping it? These questions are not meant to provoke guilt. They are meant to awaken awareness. They remind you that the power you've built, the wisdom you've earned, and the resilience you've cultivated are not just for enduring life, they are for transforming it. Your story is extraordinary because it is uniquely yours. Every setback you faced, every tear you shed, every doubt you overcame, has been preparing you to step into a life of purpose and impact. You are no longer just a participant in your journey, you are the author. You hold the pen. Every decision, every action, every choice you make now contributes to the legacy of the champion within. Motivation for success is no longer a fleeting spark. It has become a steady flame, fueled by experience, discipline, and faith. You understand that real growth doesn't come from avoiding challenges. It comes from meeting them head-on and learning from each encounter. Every trial has strengthened your character, sharpened your focus, and refined your mindset. The champion within you is not born from comfort. It is forged through adversity, faith, and relentless determination. Inspiring life stories are not built on perfection. They are built on perseverance, courage, and the willingness to rise each time you fall. Your story inspires because it is authentic. It is a testament to what happens when you refuse to surrender to fear, doubt, or circumstance. Others will see your courage, your resilience, and your victories, and they will be inspired to find the champion within themselves. Becoming your best self is a process of continual reflection and action. It requires you to look back at the battles you've faced, acknowledge the growth you've achieved, and use that knowledge to move forward with clarity and purpose. You are stronger, wiser, and more capable than the person you were yesterday. And every day, you have the opportunity to rise higher, push further, and live more fully into the potential that has always been within you. Champion mindset is about recognizing that setbacks are temporary, obstacles are opportunities, and your inner strength is limitless when you tap into it. It is about embracing responsibility for your life, taking bold action in the face of uncertainty, and leading with courage, integrity, and faith. The champion within you does not wait for permission or perfect conditions. It rises, acts, and inspires. So, keep moving, keep believing, keep becoming. Let every step you take, no matter how small, carry the power of your growth. Let every challenge remind you of your strength. Let every victory, no matter the size, fuel your fire. Your story is not over. It is entering the most powerful, transformative part. Remember this: you are capable of far more than you imagine. You are resilient beyond measure. You are a force of courage, wisdom, and inspiration. The champion within you is alive, awake, and ready to lead. Your life is not just about surviving. It is about thriving, shaping the world around you, and leaving a legacy of faith, strength, and purpose. Stand tall. Walk forward with confidence. Embrace your power. You are not just living life, you are becoming the champion you were always meant to be. And this is only the beginning.